Hi, this is Rob Dameron, and I'm here today to talk to you about how to write a paper properly. This segment is called paper construction. There will be several segments on how to construct a paper. All right, now that I have your attention on how to write a paper, we want to start off with the introduction. All right, when we are writing an intro, we want to make sure that we have three key components. Number one to an introduction is we want to have what we call an attention grabber. For example, if I'm writing a paper about the Salem witch trials, I don't want to start off and say, this is my paper about the Salem witch trials. That's really boring. I want to start off with something that the reader's going to want to read. For example, I could say, she's drinking my blood, as Abigail ran through the courthouse screaming, scratching and barking like a dog. That's going to grab the reader's attention. And that's how we want to make sure we start out our papers, with some type of information that is going to want the person to read it. That's why we have teasers on TV for movies. They show you the clips, and a lot of people complain it's only the good parts of the movie. But again, it gets you to buy the ticket. Well, we want people to buy a ticket. We want them to sit down and read our work. The second part of an introduction is going to be a little bit of background information. You want to give the reader a little bit of detail. So let's go back to that first example I just said with with the attention grabber about Abigail Williams and the Salem witch trials, and she's screaming around, running crazy. Then we might want to start off the next sentence with a little bit of information about the Puritans, who they were, just a sentence or two. So we want to have one sentence is going to be my attention grabber. We'll use AG as my attention grabber. And then we want to have 1 to 2 sentences of background. So I just introduced the topic with the attention grabber, that this is probably about the Salem witch trials. Give a little bit of background about who they were, what was the Salem witch trials, just a sentence or two. The Salem witch trial occurred in Salem, Massachusetts in 1692. The Puritans were a very deeply religious people. All right, I have my background. The third part of an intro is going to be the thesis statement. This is the most important part of the paper. This is the nuts and bolts of what the paper is about. A good thesis statement for this paper is going to depend on the actual topic. So for example, the teacher says, your teacher tells you, I would like you to write a paper about the Salem witch trials, and I'd like you to focus on scapegoating and compare that to scapegoating in America. Simple topic. So I start off with my attention grabber, Abigail screaming. I give a little bit of background information. Then I have to look at the topic itself and then write my thesis. So the teacher said they wanted to know about the Salem witch trials. She said that she wanted to know about scapegoating, and also wanted to know about it compared to today's society. All I need to do now is take the three main components of the topic, Salem witch trials, scapegoating, and comparing it to today's society, and put these three in a sentence, and that's going to become my thesis statement. So I could simply say the Salem witch trials occurred in 1692 and led to the deaths of 20 people. Innocent people were scapegoated and blamed for crimes that they did not commit. The same instance of scapegoating occurs in today's society in the NFL with Terrell Owens and the Dallas Cowboys. Now I have an attention grabber. I grabbed everybody's attention with the screaming and the yelling. I gave a little bit of background information about the Puritans themselves. And then I took the nuts and bolts of what the topic is asking me to write about, and I just simply turned it into a thesis statement. And that's how you write an introduction to a paper.